You can't make this up. They did it again. Blizzard, once again, has gone viral with how much people hate what they have done to World of Warcraft. One of the biggest games in history, arguably the most impactful game in history, something that was a part of so many people's, including my own childhood growing up. I loved this game. So many people did. We had celebrities playing it. Ozzy Osbourne, Mr. T. So many people loved it. And now Blizzard has completely erased its existence, made it a woke shithole. And people know this. People know how bad it is. It's now a yearly occurrence that Blizzard does something so absolutely outrageous with modern World of Warcraft that it just goes completely viral. And here we are again at this crossroads. Get it? That's a reference. In any case, this is Holly. I think she's the leader at World of Warcraft or whatever. And this is just a 22-second clip that fully encompasses how absolutely much hate all of us have for what has been done to World of Warcraft. Just listen to her words.
And I just want to bring it to as many people as possible. And that means, evolving what Warcraft means, what it is, and where it's going. We want it to be approachable. And that's also part of it. Even with Chris Metzen, we talk about, sometimes he's like, man, I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft. It sounds kind of intimidating.
Yeah. She literally says they wish they didn't call it World of Warcraft. Now, before you get too angry, I just want to do a slight correction here, because some people think that she's saying she wishes they didn't call it World of Warcraft, as in she's implying that she was one of the creators of World of Warcraft, which is not true. She's talking about Chris Metzen. Yeah, remember Chris Metzen? That goddamn loser who was brought back a year ago, and some people were like, this is the good old days. Yeah, maybe before they fucking cut off his balls. Yeah, maybe before that it was the good old days. Chris Metzen is just a woke loser nowadays. He has nothing. Oh, I wish we didn't call it World of Warcraft. And by the way, people are concentrating just on the wish we didn't call it Warcraft part, which is heinous. They're completely erasing the identity of a game that once was the most popular thing in the world. And now they're replacing it with something was an audience of tens of millions with an audience of barely probably a million. And people are just concentrating on that part, but what she's saying here in the first part is honestly heinous. She's effectively saying, oh, we want to modernize World of Warcraft. Make it good for modern audiences and whatnot. That's what she's saying. The people who play this game, they don't matter. They can go fuck themselves. What matters is the modern audience. The new people. The countless billions and trillions, quadrillions of people who made all of these games like Concord, Dragon Age, The Veil God, and so many others. Just such massive successes, obviously. Yeah, needless to say, this audience obviously does not exist. She's just an idiot. She doesn't understand what's happening. I can see fucking sand falling off her. I cannot wait. I made already a video about this, but I will just repeat myself. I cannot wait! When Xbox finally takes the axe to Blizzard, they already fired 1,000 something people. The rest is reserved for this slop fiesta. I hope that every single person that has worked at World of Warcraft or in Blizzard for 20 years gets fired. I don't care what's your history. If you have worked 20 years at Blizzard, you're part of the problem. You made this. You allowed this to happen. I want you gone. I want your family on the street. I want you impoverished. I want you deported to fucking who knows where at this rate. The worse your life, the better I'll sleep at night. That's what I want. I am tired of this garbage dumpster fire. And this is what World of Warcraft is. Needless to say, not a single person is obviously supporting this. Imagine just throwing away the people that once made you famous and big. And this is, by the way, currently obviously just compounding on the current expansion of World of Warcraft, the War Within, that currently has the arguably most hated storyline of all time. Yes. Let me explain what the storyline is in just, 30 seconds, a minute. Let me just summarize it up in a couple of words for you so you understand where we are honestly here, okay? The War Within's current storyline is the trolls are killing the elves and the elves are killing the trolls because that has been a thing for a very long time. And then there comes this fucking retarded mouth breather looking hippie called the whatevers, I forgot their name. The Haranir, that's right. And they're like, the trolls and elves come from us, so you should all be friends. And then I assume one of them opens up a Pepsi bottle and racism is magically cured. They literally fucking took the stupid Pepsi ad that solved racism and made it into a goddamn expansion. That's what they did. This is stupid. I feel bad. Oh my god, this is just unbelievable levels of autism. First of all, we know that it has been lore forever that elves originated from trolls. Doesn't mean that they need to stop killing each other. But here come the Haranir and they're like, just forget about it, bruh. Just don't worry about it. We're all the same anyway. How about we do another burning of some stupid tree and just put all the Haranir in it and call it a day? If that happened, I can guarantee people would love the expansion and story. This race is just garbage. Everyone hates it. The story is the worst it has ever been. Yet again, people are resonating with the villain, which is hilarious because this is just like modern slop woke writing, where they make the villains the ones that everyone resonates with. Just to add insult to injury, today also they announced that World of Warcraft is doing a D&D collaborations, their first universes beyond. And I mean, this is the trailer. I can't show it all because D&D might copyright strike it. But if you don't know who Wizards of the Coast are, who Hasbro is, they are one of the most woke companies ever. Ever heard the interesting thing that orcs are Mexicans? An allegory for immigrating Mexicans? Yes, that comes from D&D. They now have one of the most woke gaming companies has a collaboration with arguably the most wokest game company. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sure it's gonna be a D&D terrific time, okay? And this is all on the back of this. This happened last year, okay? Anyone remember this?
Stop this! Dinath fought to save all of Azeroth. He sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Karzalgar. You'll never understand. For Erethdor!
DEI Princess versus DEI Princess. Yes, this was the last thing that World of Warcraft was trending about because this was unironically like a big part of the fucking lore and a big event. And it happened last year in the last expansion a year ago. It is ridiculous. If any time people are actually seriously talking about World of Warcraft, is it because they have done something abysmally stupid as this? I mean, I honestly thought that apathy has taken toll, but no, when World of Warcraft does something this ridiculously stupid, at least people still talk about it. I made a recent video, well, I can't say recent, it's like a month old, because I did play World of Warcraft, and I did a War Within / Midnight Story recap, what I thought about it, and the gameplay. It's actually a shame, because the story is just so unbelievably ass. I have not met a single man, a single man, I'm not kidding, by the way, I have spoken to many, that are fine with what's happening in the World of Warcraft retail story. Women, different story, they're fine with it. And when I say fine, they're not fans of this. They don't care. They just care that Arathor is hot. By the way, I'm not joking about it. Again, just write World of Warcraft in my YouTube search, and the latest video is going to be the one that talks about this in detail. It is insane. Oh no, actually, the latest World of Warcraft video is the one where I talk about this player statistics, how bad they are. Too long, didn't read, I'll summarize that one. World of Warcraft's subscription numbers are probably the absolutely lowest they have ever been. They are probably maybe like 1/4 of what it was at the peak of Wrath of Lich King. And the reason for this is probably very simple, because currently if you play retail, or even classic, there's a lot of people who have 2 accounts. There's a lot of people even with 3 or 4 accounts. Not to mention the botting. And if you are playing anything but classic, as someone who played retail, did the mythic raids, got some mythic, not mythic, I'm sorry, heroic raider achievements for the first time in my life, because that was the first time I tried. It was fun. Pressing buttons fun, lore horrible. And they are making you experience it. They are forcing you to interact with that shit fucking ass lore. It is terrible. It is terrible on all levels, sadly. Pressing buttons is fun. Lore is horrible. But even as a casual who did not even know how professions work, I still managed to get 3 WoW tokens worth of gold. Yes. And if you played something like Lich King, you know that a single GDKP could, if lucky, get you 1 year of World of Warcraft game time. So, a lot of people playing this game who are active subscribers are not actually active payers. That's right. It is insane. It is insane how bad the subscription numbers are. And needless to say, they are bad because of this. And by the way, this animation right here, it's hilarious because Mrs. Half-elf, half-black, double-crippled will teach men how to be men. I'm not making any of this up, by the way. That's her role. That's her character. Lets the baddie woman just go away so she can be a villain the next time. You know what happens? You know what people are laughing about in the Curse of Ulatek expansion part of Midnight? Is the fact that the man is gonna get killed. When it's a woman baddie, she gets to go free, live, and cause trouble another time. When it's a man, though, oh, you bet his ass is cooked. You bet he's gonna get killed. It is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. The memes are so bad, these people are not even expecting anything from Classic Plus. Now, granted, this is Platinum, wow. Technically, this is the dream, by the way. So, you know, it is what it is. This is the Dungeons and Dragons universe beyond what we saw here, and as you can see, this is the promo art, official promo art. It's a bunch of women and twinkish-looking elves for some reason, which doesn't make sense because the elves would never cross lines like this, which is hilarious. This is pretty much what World of Warcraft. This is, by the way, the official World of Warcraft thing. This is what they do. They are selling transmog because the only thing that currently generates the money is women who are making slut mogs. And by the way, yes, they're selling this as a full set, but women are just gonna buy this for, I don't know, the underwear design. And I'm not kidding. If you search World of Warcraft, I forgot how you're supposed to search transmog. You don't write transmog. But if you see it, it's just a bunch of women posting slut mogs, and they constantly get 30 to 40k views. It is insane, okay? World of Warcraft is absolutely dead. And there's also this. Does anyone playing World of Warcraft actually want these weird pajama onesie transmog sets? This is a real thing. This is a real thing. One-offs were funny, but it's like every other patch now. Yes, because idiots buy this. There are people who are gonna buy this. God fucking knows why. They're gonna just buy this. World of Warcraft has sacrificed all their old players. They have sacrificed literally tens of millions for maybe 1 million of people, but 1 million of people who do buy this garbage. But at some point, they're gonna run out. At some point, they're gonna run out. And then they're gonna be cooked, and you know what? They deserve this. Okay? Get ready for, get ready for World of Craft 2. It's gonna be great, boys. No VAR. It's inclusive. It is what it is. Oh boy. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.